Good morning.
Good morning, Chris. How are you?
I'm good, yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Open Minds, Chris and Gloria's live chat show. The weekend begins here, and we have an amazing show for you today. Welcome, everybody coming in, to Tracy, Maxine, Lisa.
Good morning, viewers. We're excited today.
Very excited.
Something different again, Gloria, isn't it? Something different.
Oh, absolutely. Something different today. Shall I do my little intro? Shall I, Chris? Shall I go with a little intro today?
You go for it.
We are really excited today. Today we have Nuno Bastos, and he's going to talk about palmistry. So obviously every time a guest comes onto the show, I have to go and do a little bit of research. And I was amazed at what I found out. I never knew about palmistry. So if I get the words wrong, please excuse me, new words. Palmistry is also called chiromancy, reading of a character and divination of the future by interpretation. The choromantic art has been known in China, Tibet, Persia, Mesopotamia, and Egypt. And in the 17th century, it underwent a significant development in ancient Greece. Attempts were made to develop it more empirical and with the rational foundations of its basic principles. And then in the 20th century, palmistry received a renewed attention and interpretation, among others by the followers of the amazing Carl Jung. Now, I never knew he was into palmistry. I did not know. I know it's an ancient practice from before, all the way back, Mesopotamia or before that. So today's show is going to be really, really interesting, Chris. Really
exciting. Something with all the seers used to do in it, the ancient, going really far back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then it came into sort of the modern day, if you like.
Absolutely. I mean, we have today, haven't we, though? They've got like the crystal ball thing and, you know, and all this. And I think, yeah, that image needs to be taken away because it's a serious field. It's a serious practice. You know, we have the oracles, we have all through the mythology. It's a serious practice and it's part of an expression of consciousness. And I'm always fascinated. You know, I look at my hand and go, how do they do it? How do they... You know, this line.
Gloria, magic.
Say that again, Chris.
I said it's magic. That's how they do it.
It's magic. Let's call it magic. Can we call Nuno the magician? So I'm really looking forward to. I mean, if you look at this is show free this week, and we've got future shows booked with a diversity of skills and experiences. And it's amazing how I enjoy the journey, the individual journeys, how they reached where they are now. Yeah. So I'm really excited to find from Nuno, who we already know is an evidential medium, is an excellent medium. His mediumship is outstanding. How he went on a slightly different path into palmistry. And now he's a teacher. He holds classes. He's qualified in this field. And it is an established field that I'm I'm looking forward to learning more about today. Definitely,
Yeah,
I'm too excited. We need to get it on.
I've never, myself personally, something I've never done. Gloria, I don't know about you, but I look at the hand like you and I just think, well, yeah, it's got loads of lines on it, but hey,
I've never got into it. I love the images, you know, when they put images up of the palm and the lines. I love all that, and because I love symbology, obviously we all love symbology, but I never put my attention on it. I never looked into it. So since knowing that Nuno was coming onto the show, I thought, no, I've got to do research. And through the research, who knows, I may go on one of his classes, who knows? It's really, really interesting. And it's just another tool for consciousness to express itself. Welcome to more guests coming on, Karen and Sarah and Kate and Diane. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Good morning. And we are streaming live also simultaneously on YouTube. So should we bring Nuno in earlier than we wanted? Are we okay for that? Oh, Chris is frozen again on me.
Good morning, Nuno.
Good morning,
everybody. Good morning, Gloria. Good morning, Chris.
Welcome to the show, Nuno.
Thank you very much, Gloria. Thank you for inviting me. Chris is frozen.
Good morning. How are you?
Chris is frozen. Nuno, I told you, it's all about me, Nuno, not Chris. We've frozen Chris out, and it's all about me and you. He's back. Okay, welcome to the show, Nuno.
Thank you.
I hope you heard my introduction. We're riveted. We are riveted, and I know the viewers will be. So, Nuno, I'm going to hand the show over to you with just one question to start with.
Yeah.
Where did your spiritual journey begin? Where did it all start way back for you?
Well, it started way back when I was a child. I was probably 6 years old. I was to live with my grandma. My grandma, he was a palm reader. She was a trans medium, and she was a spiritual healer. And all become by being in a room, and my grandma used to have long queues at the door, and I never understood this. And one night, I know that I got spirit in my room, and I was talking with spirit. I was talking with her mother. And she came into the room, I never forget this, and you say, who you talking to? And I say, this lady, this and this and this. I described the lady like to her. And she said, well, that's my mom. It's impossible because she passed away. But I never was encouraged to do the mediumship, because back on those times, this was, we call 70s bits. It was the mediumship and the spirituality is still like known. It was a little bit everything under the table, isn't it? It was a taboo for many people. And I know my grandma used to hide people sometimes because the police used to come and used to see all these people.
Wow.
And she used to hide the people in the back garden because you're not allowed to have, this was back in Portugal because, I'm from Portugal, as you know. And she used to hide these people, and, she used to help all these people. She didn't ask for money. What she asked, and that's as amazing because as a mediums today, as a church, we ask for donations, we ask a little bit of contribution. And back then, there was no money. So what my grandma asked, bring a shopping, bring a little bit of olive oil, rice, pasta, something like to help. And that's how amazing it used to be. She used to live off this, and as well, that's what all came alive. So I'm coming out of the subject. After she found out I was talking to spirit, I never told my grandma, oh, do you want me to lead you to spirit? Do you want me to teach you to spirituality? No. She passed away knowing I could see spirit. And till this day, is just like I feel sad about that
Mm.
Oh, bless.
because she know this.
Oh, bless.
That's
Oh,
so
bless.
nice, though, you know, innit? That's so nice that she exchanged for gifts. Do you know what I mean? To
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
small gifts for the family and things like that to keep her going,
yeah,
keep her family going.
yeah,
When you think about that, how we do it today, it's all materialistic and money and everything, and that's beautiful. And the fact that I now see her as a hero, I mean, to be arrested by the police, it sounds like the Inquisition days, doesn't it? Like, so
yeah. You, it was back in the days that in Portugal, they call the MIB. You're not supposed to whisper or tell anybody of this or this and that. And it was a lot of this in Portugal. It's a communist country back then, and
okay.
and it was a lot of, I don't know. Probably Margaret Thatcher was alive still,
I
but
mean, can I just ask a question on that? Do you know what would happen to someone who got caught by the police? What would happen to them?
well, if they got caught about the police, they will be persecuted or they will be shot and killed.
Wow.
That's severe.
Yeah,
Wow. However, in saying that, it's the forerunners like your grandmother and others that give us the freedom today to be on this show, is it
yes,
not?
yes,
We owe
yes, it is.
that to them, or we wouldn't be doing this today. Wow. How far have we? Oh my gosh. Now that is, thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that.
no
Wow.
worries, man.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. So we go on.
Yeah. So as I come to develop as a medium, and this is now long coming to England, and this is being in a mediumship now. I'm being a spiritual being now 6 7 years, and all started because I lost a dear brother to me. I call it a brother because he was my cousin. He was 33 years old. Back then, I lost a long relationship, and that led to everything. It was like a puzzle to me, and it seemed like I was losing my mind. I was something missing.
Mm.
And so um, started from there. I never forgot. I went to Salford Spiritualist Church. I walked through them doors for healing, and I never forgot the healer said to me, "From this now day on, you'll be a journey." And it's been a journey. It's been a beautiful journey to this day. And it's like I say to many people, this journey starts back. And when you look back, you feel proud of yourself and what you achieve and what you become. And when I look back, I'm very proud of what I've achieved and what I become. And yes, I've always been interested in palmistry until I developed as a medium, and I think, what? He's missing something else. He's
Yeah.
missing the reed of a palm. Because the palmistry comes from the ancients. It comes before even mediumship, before everything he was born. It comes from, if you probably people who are on this show in live, you will see that we're going back to the caves when men were starting to become men. And you can see the handprints
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
caves and all that. That
Um,
comes from that. That's the individuality of that person, and it was interest back then. And
Mm.
after the Hindu adapt the palmistry more into becoming more aware, study the lines, all that. And after the Hindu, the Chinese, and all that becomes like more bigger until nowadays. Is rare to see a palmistry reader. Is rare to see and a good one,
Yeah.
but you see on and off, and there's not many who can read the lines and
Yeah.
the palm, because the palm has got a lot into detail of a personality of a person, what the person is being through, what
Yeah.
they're going through, and it tells you everything in these little lines here. All
Wow.
all
Wow.
this, you will be amazed what it does tell to you. And people is not aware what is in there. And sometimes we're going on with our lives and we forgot that is a meaning for everything. And in the meaning, sometimes is in the past, is in the present, and as we go on.
Can I ask a question? Oh God, it's just so fascinating. I've got so many questions. You said like it's the palmist now that there's rare to find a palmist now and again, but obviously we hope it's all coming back. Do you think it was because of like the likes of your grandmother? It was taboo. It was hidden away. And now, do you feel like it's got a revival? It's coming back? Because, I mean, as I said, I do feel that it's coming back. There's a revival of palmistry. Do you think it was due to the oppression? It sounds like the Inquisition, doesn't it? In like the 19th century, really. And I suppose we would have to say there's a lot of religious aspects that would repress mediumship, repress. Now we're here today. Thank you to the likes of your blessed grandmother. We can talk about this freely. Do you think there's a revival of palmistry now?
I can see that is a revival somewhere. I don't see it as a spiritual medium. As you know, I'm a spiritual medium. I don't see it very much around UK.
Yeah.
Okay, I have seen it. I'm not saying no. I've gone to Blackpool Promenade and I've seen the gypsy girls there doing the palm reading, and that was very impressive because I remember it was a couple of years ago. I went, but I was not a medium. I was not anything. I went there and they say 20 quid for a palm reading, and I see all these pictures of famed people and all that. I was like, what the heck is going on in here? I never would understand that. And I see this lady going, do you want a palm reading? And I was saying to my brother, well, I'm not going to say the expression that I said back then. But I said, let's see what this beep is all about.
What's your feeling, Nuno? Sorry, Nuno, just going to ask you.
Yeah,
sorry, Nuno, the stereotype of that stereotype what we said before, where you get the back to the beach or whatever, and you get the gypsy and she's got the headscarf on, the crystal ball, and I think it's that interesting because obviously you're down to earth, you like to have a laugh, do you know what I mean, and dress how you want, that's significance to it, and you're doing this sort of thing, like you said, it comes back and it's coming back in. How do you feel about that stereotype? What's it make you feel when that stereotype comes up? Do you like to say that they have to look this certain way and they have to dress this certain way in order to be a palm reader? Do you know what I mean?
I do feel like now I believe. Now I'm like the person like, yeah, is something in there, and I feel like interesting how people read the crystal ball. I'm like, wow. And back then, probably if you ask me, I'll be like, Chris and Gloria, I don't give a. He's offered me a scam. So I will say probably he's still a big mind out there that people see it and go, that's a lot of,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the word, but as I go into the palmistry and all that, the palmistry comes with a crystal ball, isn't it? Everybody thinks the palmistry is connected with the crystal ball. No. That's where I got to stop you. Stop you there, because the crystal ball is more into mediumship and into what you can see in the crystal ball. Now the palmistry, we take the palmistry away, and is about what you can see in those lines, the definition, what a person gone through, like I said before, what's in there. and it's so much you can tell that person, even age, even dates, even years, as you can read a palm. And I've read some palms now. Quite last week I had like more than 30, 40 people ask me for palm reading, and I was overwhelmed with everything that I needed to stop a little bit. But you don't, people was like, oh my god, I didn't believe you could see that on my line. And I say, well, it's in your line, and it tells you there and the time did it happen. And they were like, oh my God, yes, that was, back then. And you go like, whoa.
Well, it has to be, Chris. I'm booking a palm reading. I don't know about you. I'm going for a palm reading from the best, Nuno. Can I ask a question, Nuno? Obviously, like with mediumship and all the other psychic or mediumship skills, we use tools. We use tools, like there are some mediums or spiritualists that use the cards. It's just a tool. It's just a tool to express what's within, what's already within, and to express it through a tool. With palmistry, because it's, I'm trying to define this question more clarity. It's on someone's personal physical body, which is more closer to the within. Are you with me? It's like it's been there all the time.
Yes.
It's been within. Am I correct in this definition?
Yes. It's been with you since you're a child. Right now, I'm sorry to say this, and I'm sorry to the viewers. I have a 4-year-old boy. I'm trying to look at his palm at the moment, and I'm like, wow, he's so much there already. And you go like, what is going to be from the future of this human being upon, looking at it. And I'm like, wow, that's already, crossed there. Is already a sign there. Is already marked there. And you go like, wow, that's such amazing.
I mean, because it's something that you get an awareness of, because like, the field that I work in is criminology, that a fingerprint, a footprint, a palm print is an individual identification of the being. Yeah. And not until like having a conversation with you, I'm starting to realize, oh my God, it's not just a tool like the cards or the crystal ball or bringing in spirit. It is really coming from within. It's who we are. It's part of who we are. And we never look. We just never look. We're always looking outside.
We never look as a human beings, because as human beings, we just think, oh, this doesn't matter. This is just a pair of hands. But imagine if a person does not have hands. Imagine that. You know what I mean? It's just what I say to people. You need to acknowledge, and now more and more people are more interested in, spirituality, palm readers, crystal ball readings. You got to appreciate what you got in front of you. What is, love yourself more, because at this minute, people is just worrying, what is going to happen? I know we are in a lockdown and all this crap, as I can say this, but I do have to say, we need to worry about more what you got inside your home, and that's we forget about.
You're right. I mean, I suppose really you could use the analogy is like, I'm sure we are so blind, we're so busy looking externally for answers instead of within. We can have our DNA hanging from our hair and we wouldn't even notice it, and all the answers are there like the palm. It really, it's about using, I suppose, really a bit of how can I put it, discernment. Discernment. Oh, wow, I've never looked at it like that before. However, if we did have our DNA hanging out, we could then go, oh wow. And so I would like to go now into, where do you see now? Now we've gone from the days of your blessed grandmother, the forerunner. where do you think palmistry, what place does it have in the collective consciousness now? What contribution can it give to the individual souls on their journey? What do you think? What does it offer?
Well, the palmistry does offer, if you don't mind, I do have free speech here.
Yes.
but the palmistry at this moment, I want to run a course, a deep course. It goes like for 4 or 5 weeks. I
Yeah.
hope one day this is all finished. I can advertise because the palmistry, yes, I'm doing readings through Messenger, through WhatsApp, and
Yeah.
through Zoom. I've asked people to send me their both pictures of the palms, and they need to be clear as they come along.
Mhm.
And from there, I do the study of the palm, what the palms mean, because everybody's got the personality. So put your hand up, please, Chris.
Oh,
I'm
Chris,
gonna give you an example. So
go
please,
on
in the
then, Chris.
camera. So, Chris, as I can read your palm, yeah, you're very independent person. As I can see the detached palm. So you got that round palm. Can you see a round palm and a square palm as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's very, I can say he's a very distinguished person and a very character as he comes in as well, Chris. Can you put your fingers down, please? Just can I see
Sorry.
your fingers? As I can see these fingers, we can connect the finger here. We got the Saturn, Jupiter, and the Sun and the Mercury finger, okay, here. And I can see Chris here with his fingers. I can see he's quiet, a happy person within. I can see happiness with his finger. I can see a very stubborn person with his finger. He can be stubborn sometimes, and I can see as well. And you can go into nature and all the elements. I can see fire. I can see nature, and I can see what. Okay, give me that hurt. So
Yeah.
that's the definition, and a very philosophical hand. Very philosophical hand. He can go
Of course.
into philosophy if he wants to.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's a
Chris, leave
five
the room.
minutes. That's a 5 minute reading.
Wow. Chris, leave the room. Leave the room now.
It's interesting that, Nuno, because I am a fire sign. And when you mentioned the Saturn, that was the planet in my birth chart at the time of being born. So I found that really interesting as well, the way that you acknowledge that, and you
Yeah,
have to have as
and
well. So,
and as I said, as I can say to you, as we're going to, I'm going to explain it so the viewers can have a little bit of example what I do. So as we go into the palm here, so
Yeah.
we got the love line and the headline, which is situated in here. Okay, runs here. Okay, this is the line when I got the spine and the headline, the heart line as well. Okay, and this is the lifeline as it goes down. Lifeline goes down here, and you have the destiny or fate line. Well, on the left hand we call relationship line and marriages. On the right hand is the fate line more. Okay, and that as you connect to with them lines, you can give precisely what the person is being through or what's going to happen. You are always connect past and future together as we go along. And his little marks, as we all look into our palm, his little marks like crosses, squares, A's, as we can look into the light more. And he's all like connected, and they will tell you what the meaning is.
I mean, looking at that, I mean, going for a palm reading, for example, as you go to, obviously, if you need proof of life after death or you just want comfort from a loved one, you'd go to a medium. However, with the palmistry, if someone like yourself read the palm, say for example me, you're reading my palm, there were things I wouldn't have thought about maybe that I took no notice of. Like I've really never taken notice of my hands. I know they're there. I've never really looked at me, the being, the conscious being that's wearing this suit. I've never really looked. So it would, in my case, if you're saying blah, 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 it would open my mind to go, okay, maybe I need to do a little bit of self-inquiry here. Maybe I need to do a bit more discernment. Wow, that would then tend to open, and then obviously it would give a better quality, and I would say less suffering, because sometimes we're so conditioned to think and we ignore everything. We live in this world, it's perceived to be chaos. We have this mental suffering that we don't know where we're going, we have no idea, and we keep looking outside for this. However, I'm seeing palmistry in a new light. You could look to the palm, your own self. Stop going out, and it's there.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something? I'm going to give an example here. So quite a few, I'm not going to mention the lady's name. I was reading a lady's palm a few weeks ago, and I could see the line of the love and the heart broken and all this. And I was reading that, of course, your mediumship is there. Always is going to be always there. And I was reading that line, and I got everything written down. And as that lady comes to start the reading with me, and I go, you know what? I can see that you have like a deep line, but I can see like broken lines. And did you have an abused relationship in the past? And she's just tears come forward. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. They were, no. It was quite abusive and quite, it was upsetting for me. That past, but it's over now. And she was shocked that I could see that in that line.
Yeah. It's but there again, that in itself, for your sitter, that it's raised up, it's for her to maybe relook at again, to say, am I really over? Maybe I still need to deal with this, because a lot of the cases is when you do like self-inquiry or introspection, you think, I'm over that. I thought I got over Chris way back, but obviously he's still here. And keeps coming back. So for me, then that would say, okay, maybe I need to have a look at myself again and go in again. So I mean, the power of palmistry is absolutely amazing, Nuno. I mean, do you have any funny ones to tell? Do you have any funny stories? Anything like weird, like,
funny stories. Let me see if I can pick it up. Anything. Well, I did have a gentleman that he booked me a reading, and the gentleman, quite funny, is from down South London. So I'm reading this his palm, and as I'm reading this palm, I could see like on the line, I can see on the side of the palm, if you travel, or if you have come from East Europe, or if you come from, from other countries. And I can pick that up. I can see that up on this gentleman because I can see the line there. And as I can say to this gentleman, I go like, can I ask you a question? Because this is not mediumship. As I go along, you can ask questions, you can go with the feedback, you can interact with that person. And I say, can I ask you a question? I got to say to you, I'm seeing here that you travel all the way from East Europe. So this gentleman, he said, yes, I traveled from all the way from Italy, and I live now in UK. And I picked that up. And I say, wow, that's amazing. And how long have you lived here? Because I can see here that you've been here such a child, when you brought up here as a child. Yeah, my parents brought me here as a child, and I was born into his parents were mediums as well. So how cool he was that, and I started laughing
Wow.
because he was like, how after the reading he was saying to me, Nuno, I'm so gobsmacked because
Yeah.
nobody could know this and nobody
Yeah.
could pick it up on that because I could see a psychic hand and I could see the lines of the mind open and a healer. And I said, are you a medium yourself? Well, I call him extra large these days because I'm an extra large body. So, so I make a little bit of fun. So, so yeah, he was like, yeah, do a little bit of clairvoyance, this and this and that. And I was like, oh my god! So we laughed a little bit. We had a little bit of laughter, and it was good to know that he came all the way from Italy.
Wow. I mean, it just, I'm telling you, I'm booking a reading. Only tell me nice things, Nuno, though.
Yeah, yeah,
Only tell me nice things, and then tell me all the bad things about Chris.
yeah.
Can I just ask you, Nuno, do you
Yeah.
read sort of daily, or can you read your own hand in a sense then to give yourself guidance moving forward? And does it change? How often will it change? Do you know what I mean? Will the lines altered? Things like that. If
That's a good
events come in,
question.
does that alter it?
Yeah, that's a good question, and that's for everybody. Now, many people ask me, yeah, I can. The left hand is for past, gone, it's there. Present is here, and I have seen videos, and I'm not experienced myself, but I've seen videos and I've studied that lines can change as people, personality, and will of power, and all that. And I do have to say, free will comes into line because I could read, right, you got this problem and this problem, or this is going to happen in your present, but that could change because you could put your mind and your intuition into that, and that will be open. Your line will be changed
Yeah.
completely.
Ah,
So as we start the new day, we always have to put like the power of thought into the world, and that
Yeah.
comes with your intuition, with everything. And I do say it does change, yes.
So going on with that. So when you said about putting the thought, the conscious, you put the conscious into our physical existence. Yeah. So does that play a part then from all our experiences of existence into our hands, into our
Now
physical
that
body?
that plays a part on it because every day, don't forget, the human body goes through a lot of psychology and a lot of problems. And you and both of Chris, and I know, and probably Gloria. As we go along, is a new challenge. Probably tomorrow we have some disappointments. Tomorrow we need to change this. Tomorrow we need to play a part on this, and that all the time takes part in your life, and that will change. And so for some people, like I can see, some people go 7 to 7 years. Another people will go 5 to 5 years. That's how palm is going to be read. Yeah,
Right.
because sometimes you go like, oh, I can see you changing every 5 years. But as you go along, probably you have the 7 years. And after the 7 years is more extend, more deep, more wider. And that person, it takes a long time to change and to adapt into the modern world.
mm,
Yeah.
wow.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's quite deep palmistry. It's more deeper than I could even.
Yeah,
I mean,
palmistry is like a mediumship. You open you one taboo, you got
yeah,
another one.
yes,
It's
absolutely.
like it's like my teacher saying to me, Nuno, if you open astrology to your palm, you'll be whoa, because you can read astrology in your palm,
Wow.
and you're gonna be like, wow.
Chris, did you hear that? You can't. Well, you can't do that in mediumship. Well, you could, I suppose.
No, that's very true.
No, because the astrology comes in there, and you'll be fascinated how that goes into your life, and you'll be like, wow, that sign meant a lot of that, that month, or that moon, or the month of the moon comes in.
Yeah.
You have the moons, you got the sunlight, you got all that, and you'll be like, wow, that plays a part in my life.
So that
I
takes it
suppose.
into
Sorry, Chris.
that takes it into the higher aspect then, doesn't it? If you're saying
Yeah, I was
about
going to say that.
planet astrology, the moons, the cycles,
Yes.
that going into the higher aspects.
Higher aspects. I was going to say that because basically what we all are aware now is that we are the universe, we are the one, and everything is within, and we're manifesting it through. So we go to the mediums, we go to the teachers, we're always going outside for everything. I'm just so amazed that everything that's within, I can access not only internally in the I amness space, but also just in my hand. It's got everything in there. The collective is in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it puts obviously I've been raised with the bias, the conditioning, but it puts a whole new spin on this.
Yeah.
I never knew it was so vast.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I'm gonna, like I said probably before, I'm gonna do like course on this, and this is
Yes.
palm readers for beginners.
Yes.
You'll run for probably a month, and after you have a break, and after we go into deep. And then when we go into deep, you need to do resource, you need to study the lines, you need to go and have like 4 or 5 people willing or voluntary. You can read the palm, and you need one simple thing that I'll ask is a ruler and a magnifying glass.
Wow. I mean, obviously, before we end the show, Nuno, I'm sure there are many people now interested in palmistry. And me and Chris are definitely your followers. Trust me. We're going to have a conversation here. How could people get in contact you to ask questions or to join your courses? Do you have a Facebook page or a group?
Yes, I do have my Facebook page, which is my name is Nuno Bastos. Okay, I got my own groups, which is called Healing is Believing. Okay, you can have me on that, or you can have me if you don't want to have the group. You have me as a friend, and I will. If you want to contact me for any further, if you want to book that course on things like that, is something that I want to do in the future. But obviously, that will be, I was thinking more into interacting as a human being with seeing a person and being in the same room, because now the technology we go in, face to face here on camera, and it's not good, isn't it? You need to be explaining what that means and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I'm with you. What we will do after the show is Chris will put up your links to your pages. So if any of us, our lovely viewers, would like to know more from Nuno or booking with Nuno, I hope we've sort of like woken a few people up. I mean, I think I'm going to have to definitely go into this a bit deeper. It's just so fascinating. I mean, Nuno, I have to say the most fascinating part of this conversation is your nan. God, I mean, God bless her. We put the show out in her name, in memory of her, the forerunner. I never knew it was, and I'm trying to compute this now. When you said, the police would arrest them or you could be shot, I'm thinking, that reminds me of, the back in the day of the Catholic Church and all that. I never knew this was going on. I was ignorant of it. I never knew.
Yeah.
Wow.
And today she's my spiritual guide.
Oh, well, there you go. So, I must say thank you to your grandma.
Thank you.
That's amazing. It's stories like this that need to be shared to that we can be humbled and valued consciousness, the ancestors before that came through. Chris, could you imagine, or you now, Nuno, imagine you're a medium and you're having to hide and put people through the back door?
No.
We couldn't.
Terrible.
Yeah. They gave us the freedom to express consciousness as it is, to be who we are. That's the story today that's got me, that will stay with me. What is your grandma's name, Nuno?
She's called Maria.
Oh, Maria. Well, thank you, Maria. Thank you. So, so you're going to do your courses, and you've got all that planned out. Do you see? I'm going to ask you the question. I've got to. You know me, Nuno, and my sense of humour.
Yeah.
Have you looked in your hand, and how do you see your future going? Where do you want to go with this, apart from teaching? What would you like? What is your vision?
Well, I always have a vision to take my spirituality and my awareness to everybody who needs it.
Yeah.
And I think now this, like we said, we got a lot of money involved and all that. But I want to open up to more like being kind. I know we don't run on money, but people who have possessions, who have all, and can accept donations, as like my grandma used to do, because I feel that the world will be better that way. And I always think mediumship is not about money. Yeah, it's about living and all that, putting the time in. These days, yes, it's all about money and paying the medium and all that. Yes, I agree with that. But probably changing the aspect of mind into like, okay, what can I give you for your time? You know what I mean? And probably if that person can afford to say, no, I don't need your money, get me a bag of rice or bag, because that probably will contribute to another house. Probably will not be for my house, will be for another house. Because my grandma, at the end of the day, she used to get so many donations. She used to give out to my father. Okay, she used to give food for him and food for another families. If she have all of this. So it's all about sharing, caring, and loving each other.
Absolutely, Nuno. I mean, it comes to the point. I mean, we are aware that when we get interested, there's a lot that many people, especially in today's climate, what we're in, this new era, people don't have a lot of money, or they've lost their jobs, and they can't access these courses. They can't pay for this. And I'm of the opinion, very similar to you, and Chris knows this, that yes, you can earn a living, that's fine. But however, there are thousands of people around the world that would love to join in something. Like our show is free to all our viewers. It doesn't cost anything. We share it, where they can access some things free and empower themselves, or get to know who they are, and allow their spirituality to grow. But I agree with you. I think it's more, because I said at the beginning, it's exchanging energies. That's how exchanging energies. Nuno, comes onto the show, it gives his energy out, and we exchange the energies back by advertising your services. And I agree, don't you, Chris? It should be more like this, more giving, because the monetary, we need to come away from, we need money obviously at the moment, but if we come away and see the money just as energy being channeled, it's just being channeled. It's not a personal possession, and it's an egotistic thing to think my money. It's just, if you give something, then something comes in return. So
exactly.
I do hope that your vision, which is, I know it's mine and Chris's as well, and many of our viewers.
I have the vision of the future, and the vision of the future, I will say this will come more and more, because money is materialism, will be a part of something that is not important to you. And if you are richer, you're really a poor person. I'll say like that.
Yeah.
sometimes
I agree. Yeah, it's when you have that sort of discernment, the more that you let go, the more that comes. I find that amazing.
Yeah.
The more you let go and your attachments to something, you're never without. Whatever way, the more comes back. So again, and I do hope others will follow you in this path. Other people that are already established in whatever field they're in. Knowledge to me, and knowing that is divine, is given to me freely. I give it freely. However,
exactly.
in the world that I'm in, you have to earn a living and pay your bill. I get that.
Yes,
but,
exactly.
But still, it's I'm not charged for what I do. I'm not, I'm given free knowledge, and for me, then I must share that knowledge. And then if something comes back, I'm like, wow. So,
Yeah.
what I'm going to say to you is, I'm going to buy you a bottle of olive oil, a loaf of bread, and I'll have my palm reading.
No problem.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for reading, Nuno, as well. Fabulous.
Thank you. Fabulous. Thank you very much.
It's just amazing. So is there anything else, Nuno, that you would like to, it's your platform today. Is there anything else you would like to say to the viewers and anyone listening, or who will listen maybe tomorrow, the next day when they watch the show?
Well, I just want to say, humble person goes far, and I always say, be humble, be a light in the darkest place. So sometimes if you see somebody who needs that help, you need that kindness, go and help, go in. And I've been down, and Chris there knows pretty much me, and he helped me so much in one stage of my life, and I was very grateful for him. And until today, I say thank you for helping me, didn't I? And he helped me to that stage of my life. And he was a brother that I found, not brother of like the same mother, same father, but he was a spiritual brother that I found. And as the pathway opens, you find so many, so many people that you connect as you go along, and you find these beautiful souls that, like you, Gloria, as they come into your pathway, and you'll be blessed with all this friendship and all this love. You always can call upon friends, and if you need anything, just give them a call and say, well, we are here for you to talk with, for you to put your problem to us. And probably I just say to the viewers, reach out, call us, messages. Probably will not message you back straight away, but we'll message you with a kind message or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant,
Thank
Nuno.
you so much, you amazing soul. Thank
Good.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for coming on to the show. It's just been wonderful. And I suppose we look forward to bumping into you again on the internet. And who knows, maybe one day when this is all over, we'll all meet up, Chris. Yeah? Wouldn't
Yes.
that be wonderful?
Yeah.
That will be lovely. That will be lovely.
That will be wonderful. Thank you so much indeed,
Thank you so
Nuno.
much,
And you
Nuno.
take care.
You take care. Take care, guys. See you all. Thank you very much. God
Bye.
bless.
Bye.
Hey,
Bye. Oh, Chris, how wonderful was that?
amazing.
Wow.
It's dead interesting, isn't it? I didn't realise Ham could give you so much information.
I didn't. I mean, I'm like, how ignorant was I before, Consciousness experiencing itself through different avenues, different ways, from a builder to this. It happens that we're dealing with the collective consciousness on the show, so you want to express it that way, but and his nan, Maria, oh my
That was a
Lord.
lovely story, wasn't it? Lovely.
That was absolutely, I mean, wow, sneaking through the back door. I mean, I'm blown away today. But before we close, I'd just like to advertise next week's show. Now, the show is diverse. As I said, I'm not preempting that because next week's guest is so lovely. So next week, we have the amazing Stephen Rowlands. Now, Stephen, he is, and I've seen him, an amazing, absolutely amazing trance medium. Now, again, like with palmistry, trance medium has a sort of like taboo on it, doesn't it? It does. It's not everyone's cup of tea. However, we're going to give Stephen the opportunity to come on and tell us what it's all about. And I know he's going to fascinate us next week, as Nuno did today. We're going to learn. I mean, you have a personal interest, Chris.
And the people watching, that's what it's about, all learning together.
All learning together. And you do have a personal interest in trance mediumship, don't you, Chris?
I do, yeah.
You do, you find it. I'm learning. It's never been on my radar, but again, everything is there if I choose to look at it. And like with palmistry, I know Steve, he's a lovely guy, a lovely soul.
Everyone glory in it, that's what makes it unique. Everyone's individual. Yeah. Everyone has their own individual style, individual way of being. And that's what we're trying to, I feel, get on this show is, like you say, the dogma of everything that's gone under the umbrella needs eradicating, because it should be about everyone being happy of who they are and what they do as a collective.
And allow to express their uniqueness. Allow to say, this is who I am. You know, I suppose really what I always say in jest, we're all coming out of the closet, basically, for everything. You know, I'm a witch, I'm this, I'm a medium, you know. And it is for the forerunners. Oh my gosh, I can't get over Nuno's nan, Marie. I mean, it's
sacrifices that people have to make as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So consciousness can evolve and evolve. Yeah. It's part of the journey. And also with the future guests we have coming on, we're expanding the realms of consciousness. We're going out. We're touching. We hope to, and we will. We're going to start touching on the areas of the fifth dimension. Are we not, Chris?
We certainly are. That's going to be
we are going towards there. So we wanted to start sort of like from the basic, coming in from the young people, being mediums, seeing spirit, going through all the arts of the spiritual mediumship or spirituality, and then we're going through the show to connect to higher dimensions. I'm looking also forward to, which is already being established through mediumship, through trance medium, and then also we will be bringing in channelers who will channel higher dimensional beings. And a personal topic and favorite of mine is other dimensional beings. So we're going the broad spectrum. So there'll be something new, something exciting, something you may not resonate with, but we ask you to sit with an open mind and allow.
Got that as well.
Yes, we do have. I'm all excited. We have a paranormal Saturday show, which is I've always been interested. I mean, anyone that's never interested in the paranormal, they're not right, are they, Chris? Because it's too exciting. I mean, you know.
That'd be a bit of a scare night, can you?
No. I mean, none of us can sleep with the lights off still today. It's all about the paranormal. We need to go in. That's another exciting show we have. So we're on our last 2 minutes live, Chris, and you know I'm going to say it before we end. You know, it's good night from him.
And it's good night from her. Good night from us.
Good night from us. Thank you all for watching the show today. We'll be advertising Wednesday, the next week's show, the wonderful, wonderful Stephen Rowlands. Chris, do you know him personally?
I don't actually know.
I've actually seen him in demonstration in some of the Zoom rooms, and his mediumship, never mind trance, his mediumship is absolutely.
Yeah, I've just never seen the trance.
Absolutely.
His trance feelings are amazing as well. So be a nice, interesting.
I've heard a lot. So obviously Stephen will not be doing trance medium on the show. He'll be talking about his journey. It's his personal journey, his personal experience as Stephen Rowlands going through this journey. So we look forward to that. And we hope to see you all next Saturday morning, where your weekend begins with me and Chris. And guess what? We had no technical problems today, Chris.
We didn't know. The internet is fixed. Hurrah.
You know, after last week, we did bring the show out there at 4 o'clock. We did go live at 4.
We did go live.
Okay, so
Thank you to everyone that
Thank you.
supports us.
Thank you all for supporting
And
us.
good night from us. See you soon.
Okay. Bye, everybody.